It's finally here. 110 days since I mailed out my PCGS order. The day has come for the unboxing. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure. Welcome back to my channel. As many of you know, we periodically do submit some orders to PCGS in hopes of updating my set registry, getting upgrades for my personal collection, or if we find some good goodies along the way during our hunts that we want to go ahead and submit, like a variety or a really nice looking coin. That being said, like I said in the intro, I submitted this order on December 22nd, 2021, and today is April 11th, so it took 110 days to get it back. Now, in this order, it's nothing fancy schmancy. I have about 3 coins that I'm hoping to upgrade in my set registry, so we'll have to pay special attention to them. I had a couple of Cheerio cents that I wanted to get authenticated and slabbed in the Cheerio cent marked holder. A couple of Indian Adsense. One I wasn't too sure about. We have a Shield nickel that had really good details, although it looked like it was a little suspicious as far as the coin's luster, so it might be a clean coin, but I still like the condition of it, so I wanted to submit it. And a couple of varieties that we either got through our hunts or that we got through one of my grab bag specials that you guys will recognize when we get in there. Now, with all of my coin submissions, if I have a link to the video where I found the coin, it will be listed both down below, and when I show it, I'll try to list it up here as well. That being said, let me go and remove the PCGS box from the shipping box, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, we have got the PCGS box removed from the shipping box. I was hoping for another gold one, but you know what? I already have a couple of them, so I'm not too mad about it. We'll take the black box. Let me go and remove the tape, get the invoice out, and make sure I have them set to the reverse sides facing us, and we'll work backwards from my slip. Now, I will take a second here after I get the slip out to go ahead and show you the coins that are submitted on this submission. That way we can have familiarity with what I'm going to be showing you throughout this video. All right, we have got the box set up. We've got the extra Cheerios cents. That's the packaging they came in. That's nice to see they sent them back to me. You always want to submit your Cheerio cents in their original packaging. That way there's no question of their authenticity, or at least a lot less likely that they'd be questioned on their authenticity because they're in the original packaging. That being said, here's what we got today. A couple of Cheerio cents that I submitted, a couple of Indian Adsense, that Shield nickel, an 04D piece metal DDO that we found on one of my hunts, an 04D doubled ear dime. We've got the 44S DDO FS101, a 48D DDR FS801 Benji, hoping for full bell lines, and then a couple of Mint State Morgans I'm hoping upgrade my set registry. That's today's lineup. Now it's time to go ahead and start grabbing these coins out one by one, revealing the grades, and taking a closer look at them. So based on the invoice, the first 2 cents or first 2 coins should be the Cheerio cents. So we'll go ahead and grab the first one out and take a quick look at it. Now, I did look at these through the packaging, and I thought that there was no way they were going to get less than MS65. I was hoping for an MS66, 67, and if we're so lucky, maybe one would get a 68. Typically, these look good from the original packaging unless they've been sitting at the bottom of a collection bin or have been having a lot of other heavier things kind of rub against that plastic, because it's not really the best way to protect them. But all I want is the Cheerio slab, designation, and a good grade. Let's take a look at the first one we got. And this one got an MS65 red Cheerio cent. You know, it did, to me, look like it could have got a 66 or a 67, but I know they're strict on these. I'll take a 65, but with the Cheerios slab designation on it and the fact that there was, what was it, only 10 million of those minted, and a lot of them didn't survive because a lot of kids opened up the Cheerio packages and went ahead and spent them, or at least put them in their piggy banks. So we know the surviving population is a lot less than the 10 million that were struck for these. 65, man, we needed about a 66 just to break even on it, to be honest, with grading fees and everything. But I'll take it. What are you going to do? We've got 2 of them, so hopefully the second one is slightly better, if not the same, I guess. Here goes the second one. We'll just jump right into it. And we did get a 66 red on this one. And this one to me has a slight contact mark in the field. And this was the one that I thought might be a 65 or a 66 at best. And the other one I was hoping for a higher grade. But this one got the better grade. Oh well, you know what? We got one at 66. I'll take it. We broke even on this one. It's nice having an MS66 Cheerio scent slabbed, and that makes me happy. Well, the next one should be an Indian Adsense and genuine, not gradable. You know, I struggle with the Indian Adsense, and it just seems like every time I submit an Indian Adsense, more than 50% of them come back as cleaned or something, questionable color, you name it. And you guys remember that questionable color one we had. So we already know without a shadow of a doubt that this Indian Adsense is going to be genuine, not gradable. You know, I knew the color was a little bit off, but this one was kept in an old flip. Matter of fact, the flip was yellow and had staple rust marks all around it. But I still liked it. I got it for a really good deal, and I thought, man, I'm just going to submit it anyway because it is a 1909, which is a slightly better date. Not the San Francisco, but the Philadelphia mint. You can see by the luster on it that it does have some off toning, if you will, but the details were nice in my opinion. Anyway, we know it's not going to get a grade. Let's see what they said. PCGS genuine, cleaned AU details, huh? AU details. Man, it's a little rough on that one. I don't know about AU details in my opinion. I thought I'd at least get unk details if I was going to get something for the color, but what do you do? And I'm sure there's an Indian Adsense expert out there that's looking at like, Rob, why would you submit that? You know it looks off. Man, I have seen slabbed Indian Adsense with crazy toning that they gave a straight grade to, and I just thought this one was really nice. To be honest, I was hoping for an MS63 brown, maybe a red brown, but we got AU details and cleaned. It's a bummer. It's a nice scent. For the few bucks I paid for it though, and grading fees, I'll be lucky to break even, but it's still nice to have one in a slab, although it's not going to upgrade anything for me with no grade designation. All right, first strike against us, 3 cents down. Next one is the 1907 Indian Adsense. Well, the good news is I don't see any genuine, not gradable designation, so we did get a grade on this one. And again, I know it's brown and it's just a 1907, but it had really good details for sure. Hopefully we get a mint state brown. I already have an MS63 brown in my collection, and I didn't think this one would beat it, but I figured at worst case is it'll get a mint state grade, and we could use it in a future stream. Let's reveal the grade on it. We did get a mint state. We got a mint state 61 brown. Pretty much as low as you can get, but still get a mint state, and I will take it. It's a beautiful scent, as you can see. Sorry about the glare. I have a lot of lights on here, but I think you guys can see the details. Nothing to write home about, but we got another mint state brown Indian Adsense for our collection, and you can't get mad at that. Moving right along, and we're going to have strike number 2, and I had a feeling that this one would not receive a straight grade. The biggest thing about this shield scent is that I just wanted it to have good details at worst case. I could tell that it looked, and I said it in the beginning, that it looked a little bit off, but with the amount of detail I had on it, I just wanted to get it slabbed. I don't have a slabbed shield scent, so I figured I would spend the money and do it. And to be honest with you, I got this for a nickel. So the fact that I got it for a nickel, even paying the fees, as long as we get XF or better details, we definitely are in the money on this, because even in XF condition, these are worth about $150 to $200. But because it is not going to get a grade, just the details, it'll be slightly less than that, of course. Either way, let's take a look. And we did get the XF details, but cleaned. And I wish I could spend a little more time on this one to show you guys it. These 1876 shield scents are common for having some weak spots on the shield. So I wasn't too concerned with that, but I did know it would play a part in the final grade if it got one. XF details is actually about what I expected on this. And again, I know you're thinking, why submit something that you knew had some questionable finish to it? I just didn't have a shield scent graded. I wanted it. And for the nickel I paid plus grading fees, at the end of the day, I'm in this coin for 30 bucks. And it's definitely, even with a cleaned XF detail slab, worth more than 30 bucks. All right, second strike. That's a bummer, but I'm still happy to have it slabbed. Next up, we have the 2004 Piece Metal Double Die Obverse FS 101. You guys will recall the nickel hunt and fill episode where I found this one. And in that video, since I went ahead and took a second to rewatch it, I did think that this would get an MS63 or better. It's funny though, because in the comment section, I had a lot of people say, Rob, there's just too many marks on that. You'll be lucky to get an AU grade. So what I'm really hoping for is that first and foremost, we got the MS63 or better. And even though it did have some circulation dings on it, since we found it in circulation, I was still thinking it's possible to give it a slightly better grade, or at least grade it straight. And so I'm pretty optimistic about this coin. We'll take a look at it, see what I got, and pray it's MS63 or better. And it is 2004P DDO 101 MS63. For those of you not familiar with this double die obverse, you can check out the video that I have linked down below as well as up here if you want to take a look at it. MS63, I'm not familiar with the value. I think by the time I had the grading fees and the variety attribution, we might be in the good 10 or 20 bucks. But I don't care about the value on this one. I found it roll hunting and I wanted it slabbed, and it's the first piece metal DDO I'd ever found, despite looking through over 1,000 nickel boxes. MS63 is a fine grade. I'll take it. And honestly, I called it when I found it in the video, although I also said I wouldn't mind it being a 64 or 65, which obviously it's not. That is a win for me. Not a big win, but it's a small win nonetheless. The next coin is a 2004 Philadelphia minted dime. Now, this is going to be the doubled ear, or the FS 101 double die obverse. I have been looking for this coin forever, but this one was actually gifted to me by a subscriber in the LA area. Apparently, a lot of the 2004 Philadelphia DDOs were found in the LA area through coin roll hunts or just people just cherry picking. So they went ahead and sent it to me because it's not in the best shape, but I wanted to get it slabbed so that I had this pretty cool variety in my collection. We're not expecting anything fancy schmancy on this. We just wanted to get the designation A and B. If it got a mint state grade, great, but really looking at an AU type coin at best. Let's see what we got. And as expected, we got the AU 55, but we did get the designation FS 101 doubled ear. And I don't have a lot of information on this coin as far as showing you guys in any of the videos because I didn't find it roll hunting. But you can clearly see when you bring up PCGS's population report on this coin, you'll see what they're looking at on the doubled ear. I'll take it. Nothing really great here. Nothing worth a lot of money. Just something to add to the collection because I do collect varieties. The next coin is going to be a 1944S Silver Washington Quarter. And for those wondering where I got this, I actually got it in a grab bag video that I did a collaboration with Silver Seeker. We both placed an order to see who had the better bag from a certain seller, and the seller had some issues and ended up taking a month to get us the order. So as an apology, they gave us both an extra DDO item. And when I saw this in that video, I knew I was going to submit it. A, I collect varieties, and B, it's a beautiful quarter. I think they had it labeled as MS64, and I agreed with their assessment. I was hoping for a 64 or a 65. Anyway, if you want to check out that video, I'll have it linked up here and down below. Pretty cool find, and for free, to tell you the truth. So whatever we get on this, as long as it covers the grading fees and the variety designation, we're doing good. How did we do? And we did as we expected. MS64, bingo bango. What a beautiful coin. I did show this coin off in that video, so if you want to check out the video, you'll see how much doubling there is on the motto "In God We Trust," as well as some other parts of the coin. And being as nice as it is, there's just no way I couldn't submit it and preserve it forever. Again, nothing extremely valuable in this grade. I think we needed 1 or 2 grades higher to really be in the money, but getting this for free, paying that $40-something in submission fees, definitely worth more than that, and that makes me happy. So before I move on to the last 3 coins, these 3 coins I submitted entirely with the intent on upgrading my set registry. The 3 coins I currently have in my collection that I'm looking to upgrade was this AU58 DDR FS 801 Ben Franklin half dollar, 1948D. And the second one was an AU58 1890S Morgan dollar. And then the final one was an 1882S MS64 Morgan dollar. All 3 of these coins are in my current set registry. And when I periodically purchase junk silver lots or Morgan dollar lots, I cherry pick them to see if I actually have a possible upgrader to my registry. I'll tell you though, as I'm recording this, I just noticed that the Benji is going to be genuine, not gradable. And that's unfortunate because the one I have here is AU, and I know that that one looked fantastic. I was actually hoping for full bell lines, but the fact that it's now genuine, not gradable, it's not even going to get that designation. Let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what happened and where I went wrong on this coin. I mean, the luster is decent. Unk details. DDR FS801 PCGS genuine. I did not expect that. I'll be honest. Maybe the fact that I looked at it and it was so nice and I took a look at it for its DDR, I didn't pay attention. I mean, now that I have it in the holder, I can see that the cartwheel effect isn't quite doing what I want, but man, I missed it. I missed it. I was so pleased with the condition of the coin and the fact that it was a really nice DDR. I probably didn't inspect it as much as I should have. Man, that's a bummer. It is definitely a nicer coin compared to the AU one, but without the straight grade, it's definitely not going to upgrade my registry. I'm a little bummed on that one, but it's a learning lesson. Man, it's close too. I don't know. I'll have to inspect it off camera here and take a closer look at it and see what I missed, but not much I can do about it at this point. Full bell lines on this one as well, by the way, in my opinion. So I'll take a look at it off camera. I'm not going to bore you guys with any extra details. I'll take a look at it and figure out where I missed it, but it's definitely not one that we're going to upgrade the registry with. Second to last coin. Both of these last ones are Morgan dollars. This one should be the 1890S, and we are going to have a straight grade at least. And remember, I'm trying to beat the AU58 that I currently have in my collection. This one, based on what I saw, I really thought we'd finally get our first mint state 1890S. I have had an AU55, an AU58, and I've never had a mint state one. And I have high hopes on this one that we're finally going to get a mint state grade. You can see how beautiful this Morgan dollar is. Let's take a look. We eked it out. MS62. Man, and I knew it was tough because if you look at the front, there are some pretty heavy contact marks on her cheek, near her temple, some in the fields. Definitely knew that this coin was pushing an MS63 if it was really lucky. But I honestly just knew that it would probably get a mint state 60 to 62, and we got it. And I will take it. We will definitely be upgrading our registry. Not a lot of value in an 1890S and an MS62, but for some reason, they're just hard for me to find in mint state grades when I'm buying Morgan silver dollars in bulk. If I were to cherry pick one and just go spend some money on one that's in a flip at a coin show, I could pretty much expedite the chance of upgrading a higher grade one all day. But I like to bargain shop, and so sometimes when you get a roll of mixed state Morgans from a dealer just trying to move some Morgans, you never know what you're going to get. And in this case, I got an MS62, which will finally upgrade my AU58, and that makes me happy. The final coin of the submission is a fantastic looking 1882S, and we'll get to that. And I took a long shot because I already have an MS64 in my registry, and it's a beauty. But I looked at this one and I thought, man, I cannot even make an argument that this one is not at least a 64. So because I thought that it would probably at least be a 64, at worst cases, I have two 64s, but I was hoping it would grade slightly higher. Let's take a peek and see what we got on this 1882S Morgan dollar. And we got it. MS65. I will take that all day. This thing is absolutely beautiful. There are, as is typical on Morgans, a little bit of contact in the fields, but not much at all. It's almost a fairly clean coin. It does have a slight ding on the cheek, and if it did not have that ding on the cheek and that slight contact by the 3 stars left of her neck, I bet you we would have got a 66 or better. This thing is beautiful. Full mint luster, a slight bit of toning near the rim, but an absolute stunner to say the least. And I only paid $55 for this coin, and we know it's worth more than that in this grade for sure. That was a good pick. I'm glad I got it. We'll also be upgrading our registry again, and we have a nice 64 as well. Well, I think that's going to conclude it for this PCGS unboxing video, guys. I want to thank you for sticking with me as long as this video was. Typically, I go ahead and bring up the certification reports for all of these items and show you their PCGS value price guide. But because we're nearing already 20 minutes, I think I'm going to stop the video here and let you guys go ahead and bring these up if you choose to see their values. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this PCGS unboxing. We had some strikes. We had some hits. We pretty much did okay. And again, nothing extremely valuable in this submission, but some stuff that I wanted to go ahead and get slabbed for my personal collection. If you did, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching.